Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome back to the Crypto Bully Bear channel. And I got a lot to share with this video. And one of the comments in my last video, they said they were nervous about this scene over here because he mentions about Rob and robbing us, and the CEO of Metahero, his name is Robert. But I don't think there's going to be a rug pull on the investors. I think Nelson's the bully here in The Simpsons that has his head down. I think he represents the non-investors, and they feel like they're robbed. Or it could be the people that are inside of this metaverse that feel like they got robbed from their reality. But I don't think it's funds. Even though, well, I'm going to just play the clip for you. First, I'm just going to let this little clip roll. You're going to check it out. And then I'll go back. And I'll stop and I'll talk about some parts where I feel like I see certain things. And then I'll show you a few other things. But I really think this is like a sleeper project. I look at this project out of like cryptocurrencies like we look at. Like their Hashgraph and XLM, like those sleeper coins really. Like no price, real movement. And they're just going to pop out of nowhere. I think Metahero falls under that type of gem. Like it's gonna be quiet, no one really talks about it, and then out from the dirt, it's just gonna bing bang, price explosion. From what I've been looking at, and I'm gonna see if I can share everything with you. But I want to go over this particular part because if you did see this and you did feel a little bit nervous, today's the day I feel like I'm gonna pull my trigger. But I'm just gonna share a story with you, not financial advice. I'm just gonna tell you what I see and what I strongly believe. That's it.
Respect. That's what these kids lack. So we will hold a contest to make them tell us who they respect, who their heroes are.
A contest? But, sir, we don't have any money to pay for prizes. We had to rent out our multi-purpose room to a Japanese-American social club.
The answer is simple, Seymour. Get a corporate sponsor. But don't worry, you won't have to compromise yourself.
So, from now on, our cafeteria will only serve delicious stuff, which is heroes, hoagies, and torpedoes.
What about po' boys?
Sorry, Nelson, poor boys such as yourself.
Remember what he said there, poor
now, please
boys.
welcome the star of Stuff Witch's ads.
Nelson's considered a poor boy.
Only Stuff Witch subs, Ezra.
Tell us your hero, and you can win a Stuff Witch college scholarship. Then you can be a hero like me.
What makes you a hero?
I don't eat as much as I did.
So the chained up dude cuts off his own foot to save his family from Jigsaw. My hero is my mom's boyfriend who took me to that movie when I was 3. I call him Uncle Rob because he robbed us.
Okay, that was the clip there. I'm gonna go back and show you a few things and stop and let's discuss what I believe I see. If you see it, maybe you do. If not, maybe you don't. Or maybe I don't see what you see. But let's get into it.
That's what these kids lack. So we will hold a contest to make them tell us who they respect, who their heroes are.
So there's the word
Contest,
heroes.
but, sir, we don't have any money to pay for prizes. We had to rent out our multi-purpose room to a Japanese-American social club.
Watch this. Okay. Now, you can look up that word. That word says something about single fire, single shot, single fire, something like that. But also I want you to look at the Asian guy. No, the character right here. This guy here that's screaming. Look at his fist. He's putting the fist up in the air. That's the hero sign. You need to pay attention. So right there confirmed that this was about hero when he lifted up and was like, "Ho!" He said some word over there. It's Japanese or something.
The answer is simple, Seymour. Get a corporate sponsor. But don't worry, you won't have to compromise yourself.
So, from now on, our cafeteria will only serve delicious stuff, which is heroes.
And then see what he says there? He says, they're only going to serve delicious stuffs heroes. Hoagies and torpedoes. I'm thinking maybe it might be delicious. Maybe it won't. I don't know.
Hoagies and torpedoes.
What about Po' Boy?
Now, see, Nelson is labeling himself as a poor boy. Poor boys, I'm going to be like the non-investors. If you don't invest into this new technology, right, into the fourth industrial revolution, they said you will be left behind. So I'm going to look at Mr. Nelson, the bully right there, as a non-investor. Because he says...
Sorry, Nelson. Poor boys such as yourself will go hungry. Now, please welcome the star of
See,
stuff.
poor boys just like yourself will go hungry. That means you ain't going to have nothing. You need to invest. Because if you don't, you're going to wind up a poor boy.
Ads who lost 400 pounds eating only Stuffwich subs, Ezra.
Tell us your hero, and you can win a Stuffwich college scholarship. Then you can be a hero like me.
What makes you a hero?
I don't eat as much as I did.
I'm thinking
So,
he's not eating as much as he did is because he's into this metaverse. That's all they do. And then if you remember, they actually had scenes where they had people chewing on wires and they had a VR in front of them like they were actually eating food, but they were chewing on something, pretending their brain that they were eating something in order to curb their appetite. Also, another thing over here, there's a sign on the door to the right. Tell us your hero. No anti-heroes, please. So they don't want no anti-heroes. Basically, they don't want no non-investors. You know, you basically, maybe they're saying you become, slave to the system. Who knows? So the chained up dude, I don't know, on the bottom. You hear Nelson talking, but you don't see Nelson there. And you see this sign over there. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to say that if, like I said, non-investors are going to get left behind.
Yep, dude cuts off his own foot to save...
And then over here, I don't know why. This is like a really weird angle they come in on. It's almost like up on the ceiling. Is the price going to get hit the ceiling? Top off? Blow top? I don't know. I don't know. Just a weird angle of how they're coming in on the scene over here.
From Jigsaw. My hero is my mom's boyfriend who took me to that movie when I was 3. I call him up.
So he was like happy that this guy took him. And he called him Uncle Rob. Like I said, the CEO for Metahero is Robert Grein. So, and then he basically says, then he robbed us.
Rob, because he robbed us.
All right. I'm just dissecting that little clip there. And why also, let's see if we can get to the beginning.
Is the metaverse for those people watching right now who may not be familiar with that term?
I believe it'll become something that unifies all digital worlds into one seamlessly. We typically live in a world that everything is kind of a silo. There's Android, there's iOS. I think inevitably it'll all come together. It'll be the new frontier of the internet, so to speak, manifested as a digital representation of the real thing.
And how do these avatars come into play?
Well, for example, we could be doing this interview with our avatars, wearing an Oculus or any other VR device. I believe that's a year away. And with COVID, it's shown us that a lot of these physical meetings aren't always necessary. Our overarching goal is to build the largest database of scanned objects of people in the world for the metaverse, for this fourth industrial revolution. Furthermore, you could license your avatar and allow game developers to use you as a character in games and make a profit on your scan that you initially paid for. I think we're going to open up the possibility for anyone to create a passive income just by getting scanned. And your mind is the limit of what you can really do with these scans and this technology.
That's your avatar. Look just like that in the video game. Crazy. Okay, here I just want to show you this right here in the middle. Take some time and go watch that if you want. That's 3 minutes. Let's see.
My name is Mariusz Król. Robert called me Polish Elon Musk. Thank you very much for that, Robert. It's a big compliment for me. I'm the owner and CEO Wolf Group, and Wolf Group is a company, R&D company, which is focused on large-scale 3D printing from RPT and digital technology. We have huge experience in technology. Experience comes from architecture, gaming, fashion, health, etc. It's not a secret, like you know, we are building the most modern and advanced photogrammetry device for virtual object and avatars. The premiere will be in Dubai in this October. In this world, you will discover opportunities for any areas of your life. Medicine, fashion, gaming, social media, sports, pleasure, etc. Collecting, analysis, data has always been with us. For example, the human eye. The human eye can recognize 10 million colors, but our mind can't remember that all. So we need support from new technology. Photogrammetry is the best solution for us. Personalization is the key to understanding the human needs. Each of us is different, unique. We are now able to transfer real world to the digital world. Check out our website and follow us on our social media to see what we are working on. This Friday you will find out who our official partner is.
Actually, one of the videos I was watching, he was in, I follow them on Instagram now, so go follow them on Instagram and go watch some of their clips. But they got some great technology coming to the forefront. Hold on a second. If you guys want, there's a little clip right here. If you want to know how to buy it using Trust Wallet, you can watch that yourself.
Welcome to the Metahero YouTube channel. Today I have the pleasure
This
of
is the CEO for
Metahero.
Metahero.
Metahero has this insane potential to become this multi-billion-dollar project, business based around the hero token. I'm just going to go straight into it and lay out for you guys, so if you're having any doubts or any kind of questions, this should explain it to you why this is one of the most exciting investment opportunities possibly of your lifetimes. It's most certainly the most exciting thing I've ever worked on, and that's gets right into it, because the first thing you need to realize about any project, any business, any crypto project included, is that most of them will fail. Most of them are being built by people who have never built anything before. Statistics show that 90% of all businesses in the world fail in the first 3 years. I'm pretty sure the same thing applies to all crypto projects. So anything you see on the top 100, top 1,000, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, a lot of that stuff's going to be gone in a few years, or just dead because it's going to be abandoned. So this is the first thing that we have going for ourselves, is that if you don't know this about me, for the 9 years leading up to this crypto project, I was working on a company called CodeWise. I managed to make it the second fastest growing company in Europe. It made me land on the cover of Forbes magazine as the youngest self-made millionaire. You know, I've done this before. I played the game. I've managed people. I have 250 people in the company at one point. I have the experience. And I know how not to fuck up to make the startup fail, because there's these pivotal points where it's very easy to get comfortable once you start getting some profits, and things can go south very, very quick. So that is huge. Is that we have this experience. We have an experienced team. We built many very successful startups, and this is just another one. And this is actually the easiest one. And I think that was possible.
So that was just a little bit of intro of that video. I'm not gonna make this too long. This is 10 reasons why Metahero has multi-billion-dollar potential. If you want to look at that video, look it up. The channel is Metahero. Very interesting. Look up the guy. Look at his background. Look what he accomplished. Like I said, he had the fastest growing startup company in Poland. Top 3 in the EU. This guy knows, I believe this guy knows what he's doing. And he's got connections with the World Forum. How much more do you want? The longer you wait, the more of a chance you're going to miss the boat. Again, but you got to do your own research. This is just me and what I'm looking at. And I'm like in Back to the Future, when they're talking about the two 1985s years, the alternate years, and they had to go back and get, the almanac, sports almanac. They showed the Biff's cane, the piece that broke off of Biff's cane, that was the fist. That's the same symbol as hero. They wouldn't go out their way into a movie and show you these things if it was going to be shit. If not, they could just, butter it up on all these, news channels, social medias and stuff like that and sell it to you. Just like all these other, meme coins. Some of these meme coins are actually probably going to do good. I think the dog coins are going to do good. I'll do a video on that, why I believe that. But just stay on Metahero. This guy is super intelligent and he knows what he's doing. He did marketing really big. And that's all it is in there. It's marketing, in the metaverse. You market this digital world, this city, these stores. It's the new world. This is the new world it's going to be. Ready Player One type stuff. It's here. It's now. This guy is behind it.
Has made the Forbes 100 richest list in Poland. He was the founder and CEO of Codewise and is about to launch his very own crypto project, Metahero. He is the one and only Robert Greene. I hope you all enjoyed this conversation as much as I did.
So, shows you. Founder of Codewise. Look up Codewise. Look up their history. So you can get familiar of the type of projects he was behind to see if you feel comfortable, in getting into this type of project. I think it's going to be a big one because The Simpsons had a particular episode on it. Back to the Future was in there. I mean, that's what I'm seeing. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'm seeing, and I find it very interesting. It's too bad I didn't catch this earlier. I neglected the YouTube because I started riding bikes in the summertime, and if I didn't do that, I might have caught this thing. This thing was, I believe, at like a penny or 2 pennies around the summertime. But either way, I'm just happy to be in this space, in this project here. And I'm just bringing some of this stuff to your attention so you can look into it yourself and see if you feel comfortable getting into this one. Like they say, there's always come out with their first type of product. There's always a glitch or something like that. So we got Decentraland and Sandbox was the first two that really popped off. There's always somebody that comes behind, cleans up the glitches, figures out what's missing out the first pilot platform. The first running things, they see what's missing and then they come in the second round with something better. Just like we had, not to take away from the space, and I'm not saying Decentraland or Sandbox is going to do shit. I'm just saying, I think they're going to do great. And I really think Sandbox is a really top dog there, with their partnerships. If you look behind their partnerships and who they're teamed with, I think they're going to really do good. And I can see their price jumping pretty fast. But I just think Metahero is going to be, Everdome is going to be one of those projects that just kind of creep up from behind and, slap you in the back of the head. Hey, I'm here. You guys forgot about me? I think it's going to do one of those. This is my own opinion. So, let me see if I can show you anything else. Actually, I think that's about it. You do some research. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing, and this is one of my favorite projects as of right now. Look into it. Let me know what you think. I always forget something. Always forget something. It's too much in my head. Let me go back. Oh, so actually, I was trying to go back, and I can't find it now. Can't remember where I seen it. But Robert had mentioned about how he was planning on getting 10 million people into his Everdome. That's his first goal, is to get 10 million people, and then after that, he wants to get 100 million people. So, since he said that, watch this here.
Simpson, I am the new executive vice president of the WFF. We need outsiders like you to come to the World Cup as our guest.
Now, he says outsiders like you, so he wants people to actually come into his metaverse. He needs outsiders to come into his metaverse, which he called the World Cup. Like I said, he was with the World Forum and his team. Just look at 2018 Summer Davos. Look it up. They were calling that panel the future of champions. And now they're talking about bringing in people for the World Cup.
And ref our games properly.
Well, no one has ever questioned my professionalism, except at my profession. What do you think, sweetie?
Dad, they're offering us an all-expenses-paid trip to the greatest sporting event on Earth.
They're talking about... You hear what Lisa said. they're offering you to come into the greatest place on earth.
2008 Super Bowl?
Oh, I wish. Eli Manning's passed to David Tyree. What about the World Cup? I need your answer now.
Sure, why not? Congratulations on your purchase of a Footmaster brand soccer ball.
So, let's see.
Realizes that most of the projects in the crypto space are competing with one another, directly or indirectly. If you look at the top 100, a lot of them are just trying to capture as much market share as possible. What we are doing is we are creating a market of our own. This is important to understand because, once we get the metascanners placed all over the world, not only do we have the first mover advantage, we also create a whole ecosystem which other projects can build on top of. We're planning to digitize everything. We're planning to create the largest database of digitized real-world objects, including humans.
The largest
this has
database.
Endless use cases in the world, and I'll get into those in a little bit. But going on to the next point, the funds.
You want to hear the funds?
I'm not aware of any project that has raised a few $1 million and then locked that up permanently forever.
Oh, this is important. Listen.
Exchange like we're planning to do, like we're going to do. So we're going to be raising the equivalent of around $3 million. We're going to be locking that up with the equivalent of around $3 million of Hero token, and we're going to be permanently locking that liquidity up forever. There's no time lock on that. It's just locked forever. The reason I say this is because I am looking to demonstrate to the market in these bear market conditions that I am dead serious about this project. I am bankrolling the whole seed. I'm putting $10 million of my own crypto assets, and I'm willing to invest in the
$10 million of his own money. He's really confident.
All the private sale and the public sale into liquidity. And most projects, they will take the funds raised, and who knows what the hell goes on with that. So this is kind of my statement that this is serious, and this is my life mission right now. And
life mission. This is his life mission.
I like doing. Moving on to the next point is our real business model. Most crypto projects are just kind of promising you that they're going to do something in the future. We have a real business model down that's extremely profitable, and it integrates a franchise model for scaling indefinitely across the world. This is important because, it adds very real utility to our Hero token. It's not just something we tokenize for fun. This has serious implications for the ecosystem that we're trying to lay foundations for, be it our NFT marketplace or this digitized database that anyone can, from any game
globally,
tap into. Everything will be using the Hero token to pay royalties, to pay the fees, to pay franchise fees, and everything like that. So themselves create this whole episode, YouTube, whatever, around this event, scanning themselves. They can then use their 3D model and show it off.
Listen about the scanning stuff. It's mind blowing. This thing.
To see this now, they all want to either A, invest, or B, buy that the NFT of their favorite influencer, or C, get scanned themselves. And this is just by scanning one person, celebrity, influencer, anyone, athlete. There's going to be thousands of these influencers as we get our machines all over the world.
This is going to be a life objects, scan them, and put them into his Everdome. If you got a Lambo on the street, you can scan it and put it into the game.
Beyond that, because I never thought this is even possible to reach such a, I don't even know how to call it. Moving on to the next point.
I'm sorry, I talked over him.
Is self-propelling marketing mayhem machine unstoppable? It gives me chills to think about it, because this is like marketer's wet dream beyond that, because I never thought this is even possible to reach such a, I don't even know how to call it. Moving on to the next point. Apple, if you may have heard, is launching their VR headset in 2022, maybe 2023. These are rumors. So 1 or 2 years, 1.5 to 2 years is when Apple will launch their own VR headset. What do you think is going to happen to the VR and AR market when Apple launches their own headset and probably integrates the new iPhones with it somehow? This is going to create the fastest growing, market ever to have existed in the world, because everything will become digitized. Advertisements will start moving to the VR, AR space. It's just going to rocket launch and fly off like nothing else before. And guess who's going to be there already with their metascanners all over the world? We are. And you guys who are watching this now, you are some of the earliest people. And I'm honestly very, very grateful for everyone that's been supporting us so far.
All right, cool. Thanks for watching. I don't want to make it too long, but I just want to give you a little taste of, what this guy's about, how serious he is, how much money that he put into himself. He says $10 million is his life project. I mean, like I said, this is my Hedera hash graph metaverse grab here. For the metaverse coins, this is my Hedera hash graph hidden gem gonna pop out of the freaking woodworks home late. Remember, home late. Anyway, thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, and be your own hero.